Hey everybody, it's Ryan with CPP Tech. How you guys doing today? Christmas is upon us. It's early November and we're already starting to look at Christmas stuff. In today's video, we're going to jump on the computer and try to put together a Fortnite build. Last week you saw the retro build and we wanted to see if we would play Fortnite, and spoiler alert, it did. Sorry if I spoiled it and you haven't seen it yet. Go check out part 1, 2, and 3 if you haven't watched it. It's pretty good. This is going to be more geared towards, you know, I have an 8-year-old, we have a 15-year-old still at home. This is going to be geared towards the 8-year-old and the 14-year-old, 15-year-old. The 15-year-old is probably going to want to be getting the more higher-end hardware. But this is that range. And here's the thing with this build. I'm trying to keep it under $1,100 minus peripherals, mouse, keyboard, and monitor. You can probably pick up a 1080 monitor. We'll take a look at what monitors cost in there. But they're just wanting to play games. $1,100 is a pretty good budget build. I was trying to piece one together for under $1,000. It's just impossible. Now I know we've got the 5000 series Ryzen processors out now, and the 30 series graphics cards out. However, it's hard to find. So I went on Amazon and I put a whole list together, and then I also went over, if you're lucky enough like I am to have a micro center nearby, I'm going to show you this almost the same parts minus one and an upgrade to another. So we'll get into that here in a second. But this is just basically a build that you can get for your kid for Christmas, put it together with them. So why don't we go over to the computer and we'll take a look at what we pieced together and the prices and what have you on there. So let's go over there real quick. All right, guys. Now we're here in Amazon. You see the subtotal here. We're at $1,098.75 for the whole parts for the whole computer. And like I said before, it's minus peripherals and minus the monitor. Before we end this video, I will go on Amazon here and look at different monitors. The 1080s. You know, like I said, we're gearing this towards between the 8-year-olds and the 14-year-olds. So, with that being said, we're right at almost $1,100 at Amazon, and if we go over here to Micro Center, at least here where I live at, the subtotal is at $1,107. Now with that $1,107, we actually upgraded to the Ryzen 9 3700X, and I'll go through the whole parts list here on Amazon first, and we'll go over here to Micro Center. But I just wanted to let you know the price difference. This is actually cheaper at Micro Center than over at Amazon, and I believe the 3700X on Amazon is $304. So you might want to add, if you want to get that one, you might want to add about $60 or $70 to the total. Now, if we go over here to Amazon, go through the parts list, I went with the Corsair, the 650 watt 80 plus gold. It is fully modular. I like fully modular for the fact of cable management. You don't have unnecessary wires just sitting in the back of your case doing nothing. The graphics card. To keep this build at budget, I went with the 1660 Ti. I know the 3000 series is out. I know the RTX 20 series is there, and I know this is a you're going back a few years on this card. However, to keep it at $1,100, this is the route that I went. And the only reason I went this route is because we're going to reiterate the 8-year-old and to 14-year-old. They're not doing competitive gaming. This is a great starter, and as we go through this build, you will start to see that there's an upgrade path. So therefore, in about 2 years, when the AM5 launches, you can probably pick up today's cards that are a little bit more for a little bit less and upgrade. Yes, you're going to be a couple steps behind. However, we're not talking about the adult children, we're talking about the children. So therefore, they really need all that. I mean, if you've got money to blow, I can put you together a nice fancy rig for that 8-year-old. It's one lucky 8-year-old. However, if you're like me and everybody else in America, you know, with the kids, you know, we want our money to go as far as we can with what we have, with the potential of, you know, throwing a little bit more later to make it better versus building a whole new rig, you know, again. So with that being said, got off topic here. We're going to go over here to the AMD Ryzen, the Ryzen 5 3600 XT. It's at $233 right now on Amazon. And like I said, if you go up to the Ryzen 7 3700X, it's $700. $700. Let's just put the 3900 or 3950X or the 5950X in there. It's $304 on Amazon. What are we doing here? I went with the GIGABYTE B450 AORUS Pro. It's got the Wi-Fi in the back. I do not believe it has the 2.5 gig LAN, but you really don't need the 2.5 gig LAN. It's got two M.2 slots, again for upgrade. Somebody dropped something. Compatibility later on. They have announced that the B450s will support the 5000 series Ryzen with the BIOS update. Some of them, I believe, aren't going to come out until the beginning of next year. However, right now you don't even have to worry about that because you're not putting a 5000 series into this build unless you decide to go ahead and do so. Just keep that in mind. With the RAM, we went with 16 gigs with the Corsair Vengeance. 3600 is going to be your speeds on that. That's just because AMD likes faster memory. Now you see this Corsair fan. We're going to go down here to the case real quick because that's going to coincide with it. I went with this Corsair iCUE, the 4000X. It's $120. It comes with 3 RGB fans, and I wanted to add one extra fan to the rear for the exhaust. We are going to end up using the heat sink for cooling. It comes with the Wrath Cooler. I still don't know how to pronounce it. I hear it both ways. That comes with your Ryzen. However, if you do go with the 3700 XT, I believe it does not come with a cooler. It does come with the cooler. One of these don't come with coolers. So, whoops. Yeah, there's that Ryzen 3700X, $304 on Amazon. So, but you get the whole, you get the case. I want this case for my wife. You can get this case in black or white. Now here's the thing with storage. my rule of thumb is getting thrown out the window for the fact that it's a budget build. Normally I like to have one separate hard drive for my programs and software and what have you, and then another one for storage. However, since this is a budget build, we're just going to go with the Western Digital 1 terabyte SSD. It'll be plenty fast for them. You can run your operating system, run your programs, run your games on there. If you decide that he decides he wants to start to do more video stuff, you can always get an HDD drive, 4 terabytes for like $100. So that might be a good Christmas or birthday present, or he can work for it, chores. So now that we saw the list over here on Amazon, go over here to Micro Center and we'll compare the prices. So we're going to start with the power supply. So the same Corsair is $130 at Micro Center, and it's $114 on Amazon. So you're actually getting a little bit better deal on Amazon. Now, mind you, if you don't have Micro Center by you, well then, I'm sorry. They should put them everywhere. That's my opinion. So now here's the thing with the Micro Center build. The Ryzen 7 3700X is $270 or $280 versus our Ryzen 5 3600 XT for $233. I personally, if I'm spending $1,100, I would actually, me personally, would spend the extra $60 for the 3700X. But that's me. But we are doing a budget build here. So with that being said, now we're going to the RAM here. So at Micro Center, it's $104.99. At Amazon, it's $86.99 for the same RAM. So it looks like Amazon, you're getting a little bit of a bargain on there. Go down here to the graphics card, the 1660 Ti. At Micro Center, if you notice, this is the MSI one. The Gigabit one was $10 more, which is staying true to the Amazon one here as well. So it's $279 for the Gigabit, and it's $269 for the MSI over there at Micro Center. I couldn't find the MSI one on Amazon, at least while we're filming this. So it may pop up there later on. So now with the B450 motherboard at Micro Center, you're at $109 versus $129. So here's where it benefits the Micro Center. So you see one thing's cheaper, one thing's more. You would almost think it would wash out. And then the hard drive, I believe, is the same price. $104.49 versus, okay, so $104.99. So now, I don't know if you noticed me scrolling through here on this Micro Center one. We're at 1107 at Micro Center. And yeah, mind you, we have a better processor. However, do you notice something different? We'll go over here to Amazon, go all the way to the top. We're at 1098. Same parts, for the exception of the processor. Do you see a difference? The case and the extra fan. So on Amazon, for the case and the extra fan, we're at $1,098. You add the $70, you're at about $1,160, give or take. Can't do math that fast in my head. So 1107 at Micro Center and 1098 on Amazon, and we have a whole computer. So that's going to be up to you. Like I said, if you have a Micro Center near you, I highly encourage you to go down there for some of these parts that are cheaper there. That's what I did with the midlife crisis. So let's go ahead and get in here real quick and see what kind of kind of monitors we have. I've actually got a list. See, let's go to my wish list and we'll take monitors. So here's a few monitors. Here's the one I bought. You can see the unboxing video and the mount for it. It's $400. It's pricey. I get it. I think I paid a little bit less than that. It was on sale. It's a good monitor. I like the monitor. I use it for the top monitor. You see it in the videos. But if you're on the budget, we'll try to find something else. So I like the ultra wide. I mean, one for $229. It's a 29-inch. I just don't know. I think it's got the 60 hertz refresh rate. I don't know if you can't tell here. It does. Okay, so here's a. Okay, so here's an LG 29-inch monitor. It's IPS. It's 1080 and 60 hertz. It's about the same one as the one I have above my 49-inch here, except it's just a 29-inch. It's got the display on it, and HDMI. So I like that. It's $230 on Amazon right now. So with that monitor and the build, you're right about 11, 12, 13, 1330. Depending on if you get that other processor, you're right at 13 something. But you know, you don't have to get this particular monitor. I mean, you can find yourself another one. I just figured we'd take a look at them real quick. But not only though that they'll be able to do their gaming or what have you, they'll be able to do their homework from school and all that other fun stuff that we're doing through all this fun times here in 2020. So I don't know, that's about it for me. If you found this video helpful, throw a like and a subscribe. If you want to see my other videos like the midlife crisis or the retro build, there's a 3-part series on the retro build. Again, I'll put everything down below from Amazon down below, so you can see what, you know, see all this stuff for yourself and throw it in your cart. It might change price. Do your due diligence, like I tell everybody. With that being said, I thank you very much for watching. Throw a like and a subscribe if you wish. I appreciate it. Stay safe. Have a good day. And take care, everybody. Bye.